Hello and welcome to another map review. We are going to take a look at a map called Somewhere in Nowhere today. This is version 1.0 of the map. However, this map has been around for a while and I've actually been meaning to take a look for a little while now. Previous versions of this map were sort of beta versions and had a sort of beta versioning number. The author of this does say this is still in beta phase, but this is essentially his first kind of 1.0 release. Just to kind of start things off, let's go in. So the map actually does recommend a series of mods to have. These include Drive Control by Upside Down, the Crop Destruction mod, the Light add-on, Tire Dirt, and Soil Quality, whichever soil quality is. The map is brought to you by someone called Essa, E-S-S-A, and let's start off and we will get our standard mods, course play and the land driver just in case, and we shall take a look. So let's pull up the console and see how the map loads. We haven't had any errors so far, and we look like it is good. So let's get into things and let's toggle flight mode. So this first off looks like a German map. Some of the naming, I guess, could be German. And we kind of start life actually, I guess, outside the shop. That is interesting. Okay. Yes, we start life outside the shop. So this map, I believe, is kind of designed for 1 or 2 players. It's a quarter of the size of Goldcrest Valley. It has a number of services for you as well. As you can see by the map, it actually doesn't look particularly big. I had to zoom in just so we can actually see a little bit more of the map. We have a total of 8 fields. We have the farm, we have some sale points, we have a BGA and a couple other things. So we will take a look at things. We have our standard fruit types. I actually think, I'm not sure actually if we own all the fields or not. And we'll check that in a minute, but we'll definitely take a look and see. We have 6 selling points across the map. We have a bunch of equipment, and let's just say we have no storage capacity, so no silo on this map. It's definitely one that you'll either tip on the ground or you'll buy a placeable to deal with that. So we're back at the map, and let's head and look at the equipment. So starting equipment, we have a New Holland 8340, a Deutz-Fahr AgroStar 6.61. We have a front loader with some attachments. We have a Case 1660 axial flow and a 14-foot header, along with a header trailer. We have a Metaltech tipper truck, a DB8, and we have a Kuhn cultivator, the Salford plough, and a Great Plains seeder. We also have a couple of weights as well for our tractors. So that's all the equipment that we have, and let's take a look around. So kind of just nip out of here because oops, we have a fire station. We have a place to sell eggs there, and this actually looks very tight map. I'm wondering what this is. It kind of looks important, but there doesn't appear to be anything coupled with it. Right, let's try and find our equipment. Aha, our equipment is here on a yard, somewhere away from the starting point. There is a rather jolly looking gentleman basically sat there on a bench in front of our plough, and we have a dog. Hello, dog. Okay, we have some chickens. So all of our equipment's kind of dumped here on a very tight spaced farm. We have a shed there, but we also have another shed here. We have our chickens, we have a kind of wood pile. We have this something we can get into. Nope. Can I get through that? Ah, yes. So we have another shed up here. What is this? This is silos, apparently. This is tipping points for grain and the like. So, well, there's no kind of sort of tower silo which will load for you. You kind of drop your stuff into these bays, and then you will have to have a front loader or something similar to actually unload or load. We have silage clamps here as well, so you can make silage. This is a sort of ramp up. We have our pigs here on the farm, our feeding troughs. This is not designed for a huge, I'd like to say herd of pigs, but I'm not sure. This is our manure and slurry. I'm guessing that's just for the pigs. Yep, pigsty. It's really plush pigsty, to be honest. That is kind of plush. And right, we've got lots of steps and stuff to get in around. This is actually quite a complex little map. A lot of stuff packed into a tiny space. Right, I found my pigs. What's over here? This was the cow shed, I think. So there's our milk. This is the entrance to the cow shed, I think. Yes. Oh, one of the entrances. That's milker, I guess. So how do we get in and see where we can feed? This is possibly the feeding place for the cows. So we feed in here. TMR will be put in there. This is the slurry for them and the manure. We've grass and water. So we should have a gate somewhere. Is this a gate? Yes it is. Okay, that's the gate. We have a water. I guess this is water. It kind of looks like water, a little well. So that's kind of main farm, I think. Yeah, that's pretty much the main farm. Very, very tight, confined space here. All our equipment's squeezed into a very tight space. We're definitely not bringing any 45-foot headers down here. And we have a dirt road going out from this point. So let's take a look at our sheep. So let's hit the sheep pasture. So this is a little way from the main farm. Our wool pellets will spawn in here, I guess. And then we have our feeding troughs for water and for grass. We've got a little hillside paddock for the sheep. And I am guessing this is a fountain point for water. You can see some fields. This is literally an enclosed valley. It's actually really almost claustrophobic to a certain extent. It's kind of really closed in space. So this is interesting. So I'm trying to figure out where we go from here. We don't have much in the way of space. We will do a flyby. So there is a little lake down there. There's a little lakeside villa or chalet. That's what I was looking for, chalet, just for watching the lake. A little town. And we have a circus in town here. Strangely enough, there's construction going on here and a huge ash crane that's in this tiny little town. So we have a Crone Circus. So not Crone the farming equipment manufacturer, but Crone the circus company. You buy some popcorn and we can go into the big town. Oh, we can't. They must not be performing at this moment in time. I'm intrigued what this is for. This kind of looks like a dirty big hole in the ground, but this could be one of the mods, like the soil quality mod, maybe. Just kind of looking around here, quite randomly running through people's gardens. And we're back at the beginning, so that's where we are. We're running all over this map because, quite frankly, it is tiny. So next up is this sell point up here. A tiny little road, very tight road system on this map. The tracks up to the farm are small, so again, no big tractors. We've got a smallish road here, and we're off into the hillside. This is Essa.de, and this is a sale point of some form. This is a selling point for wood. So we've got a bit of forestry on this map. We've got wood chips and we've got wood. So we can basically cut trees down and bring them for sale on this site. So what else do we have here? I'm intrigued. On this map we have a kind of line running from up here all the way across the map. I'm wondering actually what that is. And we are pretty close to it, so I'm going to run off into these trees here and see what we can see. I'm hoping it's something fun. So we should be on top of it. Oh, it's a railway line. We have a train. We have a train. T-Mobile. So it must get good cell coverage in this neck of the woods, I guess. So yes, this is a rail yard. There is no train, but there is a railway line. And I wonder if it actually runs. So we kind of ran up past the wood yard and we are now at another little yard. We'll follow the rail tracks down a little bit further in a minute. Let's just take a look at this and check it out. So what do we have here? We have something called Baywa. It looks like a sell point. Again, we're dropping stuff off there. And are we dropping stuff off here? Maybe we could be dropping off our wool. There we go. Our bales of wool are dropped off here, and we have a grain drop off. And next up, there's something across the road as well. A little yard. I'm trying to find the entrance. I think it's here. This kind of looks like our... So we've got a selling point for straw and hay. We also have, and I'm pretty sure we have a place to buy animals. And they must be cold because they've got a little heat lamp going on. Sunny boy. So this is our heat lamp, keeping our animals nice and warm. So let's take a look and follow the rail tracks, I think. See what we can see. Some graffiti. It's a nice little touch. You get that on railway lines. Over there in the distance, I think we have a sawmill. I want to see if there's an actual train on this map. There's a whole bunch of windmills, but unfortunately these windmills do not make us money. They're not the placeable type. They are decoration only. Oh, there's a big ass fire down there. We'll go down there actually. But I just wanted to see what this is. It's like a little kind of castle. I think this is borrowed from another map. It actually looks familiar. I think it's from the FS Farming Legend map. It's kind of like a little castle. It kind of reminds me of my hometown back in Lancashire. We have a castle in that town that looks pretty much like this. That is kind of spooky. So that's a kind of traditional keep. Ooh. So the railway line runs off over the valley there, on a bridge. Kind of town is down there. We will go and investigate this. I'd like to say fire. And there's something down there. We're going to check that out shortly, but we're going to go over here and check out a couple of things. So we had the keep there, the little point of interest, and we have a house fire, and that fire looks kind of really close to a tractor. I do hope this is not one of ours. No, it isn't. That's really good. You've got your local fire brigade, fire department or whatever, and they're trying to put out this blaze, and it is a big ass blaze. I am feeling quite warm just looking at it. What do we have here? This is gas. I'm not sure this is something for us to do. I think it's just decoration. We actually have a nice little tunnel going on there. Some nice beehives as decoration. Some very nice little touches on this map. We've got lots of trees, and I'm running down the road and I'm going to get run over, but I want to go here. Bit of VW truck, and that older gentleman from before is back here. So what do we have? We have a sell point, and this looks like it is root vegetables, root crop, sugar beets, and potentially potatoes, I think. Sugar beet and potatoes, I think. Cart offal, I think, is potatoes, and Zuka Ruben is sugar beet. So we are kind of running around this map like a headless chicken. We're going down here now because the way I see it on the map, there is a BGA somewhere around here. We're going to just run up this hillside. In this kind of long and windy track. So this map is a very compact map. The roads are tiny, so this is definitely one you will not be driving big equipment. So we have a BGA. We have our combine up here, strangely enough. That is really weird. Our combine is up here. Now, two things. We have a drop-off spot here. I guess you can back into this. And the other thing I notice is there's a weighbridge here, but there's a Silo King in a shed. So I think we have 2 spots for drop off. I am not 100% sure, but I think we do. And on top of that, we have, I guess, a place for digestate somewhere. I can't see anything that actually indicates digestate output or value thereof, but somewhere in here potentially. Could be this, I'm not sure. So that is our BGA. There is silage clamps on site. They're hidden away a little bit down the hillside. And that's that. Kind of look off over the valley, there's some stuff over there. Let's pull up the map and see if there's anywhere we haven't been yet. Last place really is this garage over here. I think we'll just kind of sprint over there, go over the hills. We are literally just running through the hills. This is a tiny map and we can do that on this map because of that size aspect. We are literally just running around like a crazy person because of the size here. And we have a nice little shell garage down here where we can buy gas. And that is pretty much, I think, all of the points of interest of this map. One of the things we haven't done is actually checked out if we own any fields, because it kind of looks like we might own them all. Nice little point to sit, although it's kind of looking in the wrong place. I'd actually put it up here, and there is actually a bench up here where we can actually go and sit and look at the countryside. Oh no, that's the bridge. So let's actually just go up here and we will check out that. But I wanted to do one last thing, and that is, let's take a look at the entire valley from the air. So as you can see, we're surrounded by trees. There's lots of forestry on this map. All the way around us we have places for trees. Literally we've just run from the BGA, and that is the BGA over there. There is actually something over in these trees here. We can see the big fire. I think we might have missed this over here, or did we? We might have run past this as we're trying to get to the BGA. No, I kind of missed it, but it kind of looks like a little church over here. So this map is very beautiful. We have very tight combined space, lots of trees, so you can do a lot of logging here on this map. Not a map for huge production, okay, because quite frankly there is not the space. You are not going to really be able to put down placeables on this map. Because of that, it is literally very, very tightly controlled space. What do we have over here? So we have actually, we have some kind of construction going on. This is like a road crew actually, and this was our selling point for animals. Oh, we have, kind of looks like a quarry. I wonder if there's actually anything in there we can do. There's a big hole in the ground. There's a road up here. There's a little track into the woods. Ooh. This is an open space, and I'm just wondering if it's on the map as anything as a field. No, this is forest. But we do have what looks like a quarry. This is interesting because I'm wondering if we can actually do anything down here. I don't think we can. As far as I understand it, there is essentially no additional kind of construction materials type thing. I'm just kind of glancing at the notes for this map, and it does make a mention of LocoDrive to drive the train, but I do not see the train. Unless the train is parked somewhere, I do not see it. That is strange. So we're flying over all of the map. We've kind of flown over the lumberyard now. We're flying over the circus and the fields and little village. We're passing by the rail station. We are literally kind of circling over the entire map just to see what it looks like from the sky. And so there's a couple of things that look intriguing. You know, we had this kind of like orchardy type thing over here, which doesn't appear to have anything going on with it. It's possibly work in progress, given this is apparently still a beta map. We have a little campsite next to the lake. Kind of didn't really notice that earlier. And kind of a little dirt track going up to the farmstead. People actually down there. Looks like there's a little beachy thing going down. There's some houses. Then we had our little farmstead. And I'm just kind of wondering what this spot of land is next to the farm as we're up in the air. This could be space for maybe some placeables. So we have a tiny spot for placeables on this farm. So you could potentially put down something useful there. This farm is very compact and bijou, as it were, and does have quite a lot going on in such a small space. So we're going to drop down onto the farm now, and I'm going to grab it into one of the tractors and then take a look at Courseplay to see what our field situation is like. And strangely enough, it's not showing us zoning any fields. This kind of begs the question, how do we get a field? Do we own them all? Or do we own none? No, the train seems to be off in the middle of nowhere. I have no idea where the train is, but I am literally driving the train through space. It's kind of off the map somewhere outside of the actual usable area. So kind of driving this down the back of the hill, and I'm kind of wondering where it's going to pop out. We are going through the mountain now. Aha! So we found the train, strangely enough, and it pops out over that rail bridge. That is intriguing. So that is why it recommends LocoDrive, because LocoDrive would just kick off this train and it would run in the background and you'd be able to pick it up as it flies through the town. And literally it flies through the town. I'm guessing this is going to do a loop through the outside, but let's just have a look and see. We're flying through a mountainside and we should pop out any second into space, as it were, on the other side of the map. So this is what happens with the rest of the map. It's basically not available to us. This train does not go any quicker than 51, but literally that kind of explains where the train was. It's flying through the air at the moment, which is kind of funny. So there's essentially all of this space that's just not used as part of this map. Even the cars kind of pop out into this area as well. That is kind of funny to see. And we are driving the train in the air on an invisible track. But you know, this is kind of what you do sometimes. You know, you got the cogs behind the curtain, as it were, as we basically fly back through, and we shall essentially rejoin the map any second, as we kind of go around this bit of a mountain, and then we will pop back through onto the bridge that we saw, and we'll actually get off the train there as well. So yeah, we enter the side of the mountain and we pop out of the tunnel, and there we have it. So there's the train. So I really wanted to see what we have fields wise, because I think we might have all of the fields, but I am not sure. So I'm going to take one of these tractors and I'm going to sort of try and find a field. Oh, mud. So this map has mud, which is intriguing. Okay, so this is a field. Lots of mud. Doesn't seem, so this map doesn't seem to like courseplay at all. I am actually wondering actually if we are able to do anything, because I don't seem to have any. Let's take a piece of equipment and see if we can actually do something with this field. This might give us an indication of whether or not any of these fields are ours or not. So let's take this plow, for instance. Okay, so we have the plow. See if we can get out of the yard without causing a major catastrophe. We've knocked over the barrel, but who cares? We are going to quickly see what we can do with this field, because if we can't do anything, then this basically means this field is not ours. If we can do something with it, that was a very small tree, we might actually be able to plow. Yep, so I think we own all the fields. I actually think we own all the fields on this map. Yeah, I definitely think we can fight. Yes, we definitely own the fields. So there's a mud mod on this map as well. So we own all 8 fields on this map. As we've kind of just shown, these definitely are all our fields. This field needed ploughing, but we're not going to really do much on here other than just kind of watch as basically we finish up. So courseplay does not seem to like this map. It can't detect the field sizes. We would kind of have to deal with the worker, or or manually do it yourself. So, oh, it actually has figured out the size. Interesting. So if we actually go here, we could get an idea of the size of this one. 1.3 hectares. So we'd actually have to manually do all of these fields with courseplay. but it's not a huge field, and this is one of the larger fields. So with that, and our little flyby that we did, and we've basically just left the tractor running to see us to test something out, to see if we actually were able to use these fields. Let's kind of head back to the farm and kind of leave you with a view of the world as we sort of take flight again, looking down at the valley that we are kind of in, and finish up this review. So sort of in recap, this is the map Somewhere in Nowhere version 1. It is a small one player map, maybe two if you wanted to play with friends. It is a map where you start with all the fields. There are 8 of them. There are a few things to do on the map built in. There is a little bit of space for expansion in terms of a placeable spot. There is a train which disappears off outside of the map whilst it's not running through the map. So we'd recommend you use something like LocoDrive to keep the train flowing. The map does recommend you use things like crop destruction mod and the light add-on and the tire dirt mod. The map has mud built in, so essentially you're going to drive through puddles of mud, and you want that tire dirt mod so you can literally get your vehicle dirty. This map was produced by a guy called Essa, and this is pretty much it. You can literally see from this vantage point, as we think, the entire map. All the fields are literally into that line of trees around, and in the center of the map we have this castle keep, and that is all. I mean, this is a very compact map. There's a lot going on in this map. So with that, thank you for watching. If you liked what you saw, please hit the like button, and if you enjoy the channel, please subscribe. And with that, we will end today and say goodbye. Thank you for watching, and catch you next time.